the United Nations headquarters in New York. Here on the East River, the heads of state and government of 193 countries gather once a year for the UN General Assembly. For 1 week, they discuss international challenges and make their speeches under the chair of the UN Secretary General.
Sam Kutesa, who is the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Uganda, was elected as the President of United Nations General Assembly.
I'm pleased to address this August General Assembly for the first time as President of the 69th session.
Uganda's Foreign Affairs Minister, Sam Kahamba Kutesa, began work as President of the 69th UN General Assembly with a call to member countries to use the forum to harness opportunities in promoting harmony worldwide.
The General Assembly remains the preeminent forum for global debate and cooperation among member states. Let us use this unique environment as intended to harness opportunities and to find solutions to the challenges confronting humanity.
Sam Kutesa, United Nations General Assembly elected President, announced that the theme for the 69th United Nations General Assembly session will be delivering on and implementing a transformative post-2015 development agenda. United Nations member states were invited to comment on the theme during the 69th General Debate and other issues, including the United Nations Security Council summit hosted by US President Barack Obama.
Mr. President, Secretary General, fellow delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we come together at a crossroad between war and peace, between disorder and integration, between fear and hope. Around the globe, there are signposts of progress. The shadow of world war that existed at the founding of this institution has been lifted. The prospect of war between major powers reduced. The ranks of member states has more than tripled. And more people live under governments they elected. Hundreds of millions of human beings have been freed from the prison of poverty, with the proportion of those living in extreme poverty cut in half. The world economy continues to strengthen after the worst financial crisis of our lives. After nearly 6 years as president, I believe that this promise can help light the world. Because I have seen a longing for positive change, for peace and for freedom and for opportunity and for the end to bigotry in the eyes of young people who I've met around the globe. They remind me that no matter who you are or where you come from or what you look like or what God you pray to or who you love, there's something fundamental that we all share. Eleanor Roosevelt, the champion of the UN and America's role in it, once asked, "Where, after all, do universal human rights begin?" In small places, she said, close to home. So close and so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world, yet they are the world of the individual person, the neighborhood he lives in, the school or college he attends, the factory, farm, or office where he works. Around the world, young people are moving forward, hungry for a better world. Around the world in small places, they are overcoming hatred and bigotry and sectarianism. And they're learning to respect each other despite differences. The people of the world now look to us here to be as decent and as dignified and as courageous as they are trying to be in their daily lives. this crossroads, I can promise you that the United States of America will not be distracted or deterred from what must be done. We are heirs to a proud legacy of freedom, and we're prepared to do what is necessary to secure that legacy for generations to come. I ask that you join us in this common mission for today's children and tomorrow's.
Another important discussed issue was the ongoing conflicts in Syria, Iraq, Ukraine, and South Sudan, highlighted strongly in the speech by Honourable Prime Minister of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Sir David Cameron.
Madam Vice President, this year we face extraordinary tests of our values and our resolve. In responding to the aggression against one of our member states, the Ukraine, in seeking peace in the Middle East, in dealing with the terrifying spread of the Ebola virus in West Africa, and in overcoming what I want to focus on today, which is the mortal threat we all face from the rise of ISIL in Syria and Iraq. The UN Security Council has now received a clear request from the Iraqi government to support it in its military action against ISIL. So we have a clear basis in international law for action, and we have a need to act in our own national interest to protect our people and our society. So it is right that Britain should now move to a new phase of action. I am therefore recalling the British Parliament on Friday to secure approval for the United Kingdom to take part in international airstrikes against ISIL in Iraq. My message today is simple. We are facing an evil against which the whole of the world should unite. And as ever, in the cause of freedom, democracy and justice, Britain will play its part. Thank you.
The United Nations Assembly also had with it the Honourable Prime Minister of Pakistani Republic, Sir Nawaz Sharif, to express his views.
We are mobilizing all our resources and ingenuity to provide relief and to ensure recovery. The international community should intensify its efforts to move from awareness to commitments to actions on climate change, which is playing havoc with the economies, particularly in the developing countries. The ongoing UN reform must be comprehensive. We support a reform of the Security Council that will reflect the interest of all member states, small, medium-sized and large, and not the ambitions of a few. There should be no new permanent seats in the Council. This will be contrary to the democratic character of this world body. We want the Council to become more representative, equitable, accountable and transparent. Mr. President, we meet here today on the cusp of a new era for the international community. Never before has the United Nations embraced such lofty goals to banish poverty, stimulate development, protect environment and foster peace as it will during this session. The future of our planet hinges on our decisions. Let us deliver them with full responsibility and wisdom. Pakistan will assist this assembly and the United Nations as a whole to make this world a better place for all mankind. I thank you.
We also had respectable Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the representative of our Republic of India, giving his commanding speech in Hindustani, being proud of his language and land.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में मैं पहली बार आप सबको संबोधित करने का मेरे लिए अत्यंत सम्मान की बात है। मैं भारतवासियों की आशाओं व अपेक्षाओं से अभिभूत हूँ। उसी प्रकार मुझे इस बात का पूरा भान है कि विश्व को 1.25 बिलियन लोगों से क्या अपेक्षाएं हैं। भारत वह देश है जहां मानवता का 6वां हिस्सा आबाद है। भारत ऐसे व्यापक पैमाने पर आर्थिक व सामाजिक बदलाव से गुजर रहा है जिसका उदाहरण इतिहास में दुर्लभ है। मैं मानता हूं कि यूएन के लिए अगला साल एक अपॉर्चुनिटी, जब हम 70 साल की यात्रा के बाद लेखा जोखा लें, कहां से निकले थे, क्यों निकले थे, क्या मकसद था, क्या रास्ता था, कहां पहुंचे, कहां पहुंचना है, 21वीं सदी के कौन से पड़कार हैं, कौन सी चैलेंजेस, उन सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए पूरा एक साल व्यापक विचार मंथन हो। हम यूनिवर्सिटीज को जोड़ें, नई जनरेशन को जोड़ें, जो हमारे पिछले कार्यकाल का विगत से मूल्यांकन करें, उसका अध्ययन करें और हमें वो भी अपने विचार दें। हम नई पीढ़ी को हमारी नई यात्रा के लिए कैसे जोड़ सकते हैं। और इसलिए मैं कहता हूं कि 70 साल ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा अवसर है। इस अवसर का हम उपयोग करें और उस उपयोग कर करके एक नई चेतना के साथ, नई प्राण शक्ति के साथ, नए उमंग और उत्साह के साथ, आपस में नए विश्वास के साथ हम यूएन की यात्रा को एक नया रूप रंग दें। इसलिए मैं समझता हूं कि 70 वर्ष एक हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा अवसर है।
With these and many other dignified delegates expressing their views, the assembly dispersed, leaving hopes of betterment to the entire world. So, altogether, this United Nations session wasn't ordinary, but a big move towards all global concerns. It took into account various issues from all over the globe. We can summarize some of them as follows. Islamic terror groups. Taking into account these violent clashes, the United Nations Security Council Summit was hosted. Ebola outbreak, human rights, persistent unemployment, poverty and hunger, raising violent clashes in Iraq and Syria, peace in East Asia, and climate change. After all, United Nations organization aims at mutual relationships, peace, and well-being all around the globe among various nation states. With the help of such institutions, all countries can deal with each other with perfect harmony. Let us all together salute the United Nations, its achievements, and its enormous attempts to solve global issues.